Right now, we'd like to welcome to Powertools Dillon Francis.
Yo, yo.
Welcome to our studios.
Thank you.
How you doing, man?
Awesome.
It's great to meet you in person. I'm a big fan, and what we're doing right now is also being filmed on camera. It's going to be showing up on the internet pretty soon, and I'm sorry we got such a blinding light in your face, but
It's okay.
it almost looked like you were crying there for a minute.
Yeah, I'm crying because I'm so happy, and I'm also getting a suntan from it.
So I wanted to start out, I've been a house DJ for a long time. House DJs played about 128 beats per minute. When I started to check out your music, you were at a different tempo. What do you call that? Is that Moombaton?
Yeah, it's called Moombaton. It's basically slowed down. It was created because of Dutch House. This guy Dave Nada slowed down this record, the Afrojack remix called Moomba, and they slowed it down to one. I think it was 108, which is like reggaeton tempo, and it basically opened up the floodgates for electronic, producers to make music at that tempo.
Right. And I had so much respect for you because here you were like one of the first guys to do that solid. And I go, man, this guy's like making music that you can't really mix with typical house music, but he's sticking with it. And as time went on, it grew and grew and grew, and you obviously became more popular with it. And so, yeah.
That's so funny because I kind of still realize that I'm the only person I mean, there's other people that are still making it, but like, not that many other people have been making it, and it's like me just mixing my own records together.
Yeah. It's a great groove.
Oh, I love it.
It's a great
my favorite.
groove.
It's my favorite tempo. Of course, it's my favorite tempo to produce at just because I'm still doing it.
If you look at the history of dance music, a lot of funk music sort of before disco was at that tempo.
Yeah.
Early disco was at that tempo. So you know.
Exactly, like 100 in like 98 was that type of tempo.
Right.
And the disco stuff's like 114.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, then I went to check out your. I've been there a few times, and it keeps growing. Your SoundCloud is phenomenal. What a lineup of songs that you have done.
Thank you.
And so, how many of the songs that are available on your SoundCloud, if people go there and check that out, how many of them are for sale?
I think every single one of them except for the ones that are downloadable. You can only find them there.
Right.
But most of the other ones are all for sale on either Beatport or iTunes.
So, like you recently remixed Passion Pit and Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake, of course, huge right now, but like a #1 album in America. Yeah, I think he was very happy with what you did.
Yeah, he was. I mean, that's the only way that we were able to put it out was because of him giving the okay.
Okay. Very cool. So so you wanted to do it and then presented it to him, or did he come and ask you?
They came and asked my management, and then I was just blown away that they even knew about my music. I mean, I know that it was the label that knew about it, but then had to go through him for getting okay. But just still to be able to remix, an artist as prolific as him, I love all his work. So.
Another one of your songs, Messages, is featuring Simon Lord. I'm not really that familiar with him.
He's this awesome guy from London. He was in the Black Ghosts. I don't know. I met him from my manager, and he's just the coolest person ever. And he's really good at writing top lines, and I am so bad at writing top lines. And it's just so easy to work with him, so that's how it kind of fell into place with that single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
it's a great tune, and you have a new album coming out. What can you tell us about that?
I'm so far behind on it. That's what I can tell you. I do have a lot of stuff that I'm working on that's like 50% done, and I've been touring so much that it's really hard for me to sit down and get it finished. I think a lot of it's going to change. In terms of like what the songs, I've been playing a lot of the songs out, and I think I'm gonna tone back a lot of them and make them more of just like listening, and then put out a side EP or an EP of the more like club tracks.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just kind of in the transition of figuring out what I'm gonna do in terms of how it's gonna sound and how many songs are actually gonna be like club tracks and how many songs are actually gonna be listening tracks.
Is there a release date yet? Or that's too early again?
I feel like I'm going to be able to get it done by the end of the year and put it out. I mean, I'll have it done probably in like 2 months or something. I'll be able to get it out by the end of the year, hopefully, or next year, early next year.
And what label is it going to be on?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm probably Mad Decent, though.
Okay.
Diplo is executive producing.
Is that what it says on your jacket?
Mad Decent.
Yeah,
Mad Decent for life, baby.
Represent.
Yes.
Now, after this interview, he's going to go most definitely.
Exactly.
So you've been touring a lot. You're going to be doing some more touring. Why don't you tell us about that?
I'm actually touring with Flostradamus coming up in, I think, like 4 days. We're going to Europe, and then we're going to be touring Norway and London and all over the EU and UK for 3 weeks. And then after that, I finally get to come home and just relax, and I have the weeks off, and then I get to do stuff on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I'm really trying to focus
Finishing.
and hone in my album, yeah.
Do you have any guests on the album?
The guests that I do have on the album are the Cataracts, DJ Snake, Diplo. I'm getting a vocal from Little Boots, and I really want to try to. The main thing I want to do before I even put out the album is get a song with Simian Mobile Disco.
Oh, okay.
That's like my goal for the album, is to have a song with Simian Mobile Disco.
Well, you just played at the Coachella Festival last weekend, and you're going to be there again this weekend, and they're there, so you should be able to hook that up.
I didn't have enough courage to ask them. I saw them last week or this week or whatever it was.
Recently.
Yeah, I saw them recently, and I just. I mean, we've met a couple times, and I just said hello, but this time I'm gonna actually go up and be like, hey guys, look, what I want to do.
All right.
So we'll see if it happens. I think it will. I hope it will.
So what did Diplo do on this?
Oh, we're doing a song together.
You haven't done it yet?
No, it's actually 50% done.
Okay.
But he did the vocals and some of the melody on it, and.
Are you in the studio then at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're actually getting in the studio to hopefully finish it.
Oh, okay.
And we're hoping to get Haim. It's this alternative indie band that I actually used to go to school with the girls, but we're hoping to get them as the vocals on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good. It sounds like a great album.
It's going to be, because Diplo's helping me out with it.
Right. And then that one song, Bootleg Fireworks, came out earlier, and then you did like a different mix on it.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I had this thing that I like to do called rebirths, where it's just taking the track and basically making a whole new version of it, and it's kind of just remixing myself. And I'm doing that for most of my new releases. Like Messages is going to have a rebirth as well, and then I'm going to probably rebirth some of the stuff that's going to be on my album. But I just like to do it because it basically gives the song a second breath, and then people be like, oh yeah, I remember that song.
So it's like a remix under a different name.
But it's my own name.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, I've never had any of my originals remixed by anybody, and I don't know, it's kind of cool that I just keep doing remixes of myself and making my own remix packages by myself.
Your
I don't know.
rebirth package.
Yeah, my rebirth packages.
So Nicky Romero is also playing at the Coachella Festival, and he's also on this program, and you did a remix for his song. How did that come about?
What happened? Let's see. I think what happened is I started following him on Twitter, and then he followed me back, and I just sent him a message saying, hey, if you need any remixes, let me know. And he just sent me a song, which was the Like Home song. I was like, yo, send me the stems immediately, I'll remix it. And that remix, I messed up so many times. I was traveling, and I dropped my hard drive, and I lost the full remix that I had originally. And he was like, yo, I need the remix, where is it? And I had 1 day to finish it.
Oh.
And so I just spent 24 hours in the studio, and I came up with
the great job, man. I love that version.
Thank you.
Very good, very
Appreciate
good.
it.
You know
I
what?
think it was more than 20. It was like probably like 24 hours plus like maybe 5 more.
Okay. So like 29?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. You know what I just heard? Is that Paul McCartney
is making Moombahton.
Right, exactly.
Is that
you
real?
Got to contact him. Yeah, I think so. He came to somebody with, I think, a Diplo song and said, I want to make it in this style.
Wow.
So,
does it express yourself?
You know, I'm not really sure what song it was, but have a talk with Diplo when you see him next, and then say, you want to do a song.
I totally want to do a song with him.
And then bring him up here, because we'd like to talk to him as well. The two of you.
Exactly.
Dillon and
awesome.
Paul, special guest.
I would be able to retire after that, because I don't feel like I can work with anybody better than that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Big fan, too.
Yeah.
Dillon, it's been a pleasure to meet you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming up here on the program. If people wanted to see where you're going to be touring next and look up the release date on your forthcoming album, what is the best website?
Best is www.dillonfrancis.com/tour.
Okay, for the tour dates. And you go to SoundCloud and check out his music.
Yeah, SoundCloud is www.soundcloud.com/DillonFrancis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.